Can't go to sleep, you know I gotta keep my eyes open. But I've been smoking, that's the reason why my eyes closed. I'm from a city where the sleepers never make it. Risk your life and they gon' take it. Have you stuck up in that time zone? But I can't help but always think about that time gone. Too many people I done lost, I'm trying to find home. I'm from a city where the sleepers never make it. Risk your life and they gon' take it. Have you stuck up in that time zone? Can't go to sleep, you know I gotta keep my eyes open. But I've been smoking, that's the reason why my eyes closed. I'm from a city where them niggas leave you wide open. So if you move around, you know to keep that nine close. Too many times I seen them change, thought I would die for them. The loyalty to have me walking with a blindfold. Can't let these people be the reason I don't make it. Give them time and they gon' waste it. Don't appreciate that time bone. Like I'm just trying to make it.
What's up, guys? Welcome everybody to the Lace Up Podcast, where we lace up or lay down, real gangster recovery. I got my co-host here,
Devin Donovan,
and we got the special
Jake.
guest, the one and only.
Yeah.
I'll let him introduce himself.
exclusive.
What's up, everybody? It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all rocking with me.
That's it,
The
man.
word. What's good? What's good? How you
Hey.
doing?
Thank you, brother.
What's good, bro?
Appreciate it.
Yo, it's been a dope experience so far, man. Coming to Tampa and big fan, big you know what I mean. Definitely inspired by like the shit that you've done, knowing what you come from to where you're at now. So I'm excited to get into your
Yeah,
story.
it's dope. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Tampa is different.
Is
Yeah.
different. White boys in Boston are different. Tampa is different.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So.
I know Dev has the fire question, so.
I'm trying, man. Honestly, it feels like I've gotten, about 4 hours of sleep in the last 7 days, which is horrendous for someone
listen.
that's
Taking its
sober.
toll on you.
Yeah.
So we'll sleep when we're dead, bro.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Come on, you know what I mean? I've driven, whatever. So that don't matter. All right, so yeah, let's get into we'll start at the beginning. You were born in Mass, right?
Yeah, I was born in Malden.
Malden, Mass. Shout out to Eddie Payne.
Yeah,
No,
big
Eddie
shout
Payne,
out.
yo,
Yeah.
big shout out to
When
Eddie.
I was in like 7th grade, I think he was in 8th.
Okay.
But Salem Wood Middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eddie made it to 8th grade.
Eddie, we love you. Nah, that's funny, bro. So you went from 7th grade. You went after 7th grade. You went down to Tampa. Or?
Yeah, I went down to Florida. At first, I was with my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
So we were in Port Charlotte because I couldn't go to my aunt's immediately because they were in the process of adopting
Yep.
who would be my little sisters. You know, we're not sisters, not family by blood, but I was raised with them, so those are my little sisters. But I came down here when I was 13, and I was in Port Charlotte for a year. I was there for 8th grade, and then for high school, I moved to Tampa. But I was going to Tampa like on the weekends and shit when I was living in Port Charlotte.
Yep. No shit.
So it's like I was
a little south or more.
Yeah,
south?
it's further down.
Okay.
It's further down. So like your boy, he's in Fort Myers. It's closer to there.
Okay.
But originally from Mass,
Yep.
lived there until 13. And but I don't know. I just kind of consider myself from down here because down here is like kind of like, you know, wherever your balls drop is kind of like where you fucking. So I come down here, I jump off the porch, I stop fucking off, getting into the craziness.
Some people's never come.
Yeah.
Never
Nah,
come.
and it's funny too. You say that because people are like, "Yo, why doesn't he shout out Mass more?" It's like, bro, because all the work he put in was down here.
Well, the thing is, I don't shout out Mass more because Mass doesn't shout me out.
Word.
Because they're like, oh, well, he grew up down there. So the thing was,
anymore.
when I came down here, I had an accent that I tried to get rid of because I was always the shy kid in school. I hated attention. So the second there's an I in anything, you fuck, R, you know, because I don't want people looking like, where the fuck is he from? So I tried to, like, tone everything down and not try to stand out as much as I was.
Yeah.
But to everyone down here, I was from Boston.
Yeah, right.
Because nobody knows where the fuck Malden is. But to everybody up north, they were like, nah, you really from down there.
Yeah.
So it was always that, like, you know?
It's a tough age, too, to make that transition. 13 years old, you know, 8th
Yeah,
grade,
because
high school.
you're just
like,
lost, you know what I mean?
course,
Like,
man.
you're looking for a way to fit in, and then, as you said in your story, you know, for me, I sought out all the wrong people, and I was just trying to find something to fit into, but
100%.
I came down here at 13, I was an angry-ass fucking kid. I felt abandoned by my parents because they fucking shipped me down here like Amazon Prime,
Yep.
and they didn't even fly with me. They flew me down. So technically, you're supposed to be 14 to fly alone. They lied. I was 13, so they could fly me down here and basically just give me to my aunt. And so I came down here pissed off, living with my grandmother. She can't control nothing. And then I just started getting into my shit.
God bless the grandmothers, bro.
No, absolutely, man, absolutely. And I think that's the thing too, man. Like, you know, I don't shout out Mass because Mass don't shout out me. You know what I mean? But it's like you do. It's dope because you have now you're at a point where you gotta move militant, man, and you got fans across the world, really, and people on YouTube, all that shit. But it was funny. The first time I ever talked to him, it was like he said like, I'm finna smack this jit at the bar, and I'm like, yo, it's like Tampa and Boston. I'm like, what the fuck?
Nah, yeah, I'm kind of fucked because it's like I still have a Boston accent, like my mother, my father, everybody.
Can't get rid of that.
Yeah, my fucking uncle sounds like some shit out of The Sopranos, and it's just like I got that, but I have I use Florida slang.
Yeah.
Cause it's like that's how people, you know, jit instead of kid, and
Of course, the slang.
so I'm fucked when I talk, but people are
What is
intrigued
it,
by
Jit?
it.
I'm gonna start using that one.
Yeah, jit.
Yeah. Nah, man. So honestly, and it's dope too, cause like I said, we drove down from Mass, and coming down here, I wanted to get as familiar as possible. Obviously, I'm already, you know, shout out to Jared Hessick, man.
Big
for
shout
people
out.
that don't know, like he worked at the Cushion House after him and Jake were there together, and like, who knows, man? Like I look at it as like Joe always says, no coincidences, man. God puts people in each other's lives at the right
Definitely.
time for a reason, and to be able to link up like this is
Absolutely,
dope.
man.
But,
Yeah, shout out to the Cushion House, even though they kicked me out.
yeah, of course.
You know, it's funny though you say that. You know, talking about hindsight, like 2020, where, you know, at the time, clearly, you know, you're not thinking anything like that because you know, clearly you weren't even developed at that time, you know.
Yeah.
But then as you get older, whatnot, you look back and you're like, even for shit like that, you're like, you know, I'm sure it served its purpose, right? Like
No, yeah.
when you look back.
I mean, I'll be on, like, if you want me to jump into that story,
Jump in.
so I got released from prison in 2015. I think it was July 1st, 2015. And this is the thing that everybody has fucked up, right? I'm 30 years old. So I started YouTube in 2019. Everybody thinks that I was who I am now in prison. I went to prison 18 years old.
Yeah.
So 18, 19, 20, I got out right before I turned 21 in August. I was a fucking kid in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I got out in 2015. The victim in my case, it wasn't really a victim. You know, I got caught with a gun. The gun linked me to an armed burglary of 15 other guns. Grant that $5,000 or $10,000. I knew who I robbed. My aunt, her spouse, it was his brother. This is a guy that was trying to be a male figure in my life, and he took me to a gun range, and I fucking knew I loved guns from a young-ass age because it was a sense of power.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I don't really dive too much into me growing up, but there was times as a kid where I felt powerless against people who were doing shit and fucking whatever. You know, so grabbing a gun, you feel like God.
Yeah.
Because now size doesn't matter, age doesn't matter. You just squeeze and that's it. And he took me to the gun range and whatever. We shot a bunch of guns off. And he was just trying to be a cool male figure, but I wasn't mentally in a space where I wanted that because I feel like my father should be there and he wasn't.
You weren't
So,
receptive, yes.
I wasn't receptive to anything.
Right. You were blocked.
And me also surrounding myself with the wrong people, I looked at this as an opportunity.
Absolutely.
So I, you know, tell whoever, hey, I know there's a house with this, whatever. We go over there, we went in, we took the shit, we left.
Yeah.
I ended up getting caught with the gun. The gun links me to the crime. I ended up taking a plea. My co-defendant ended up snitching in the case for a lesser plea. End of story, right? Fast forward, I get out in July 2015. I can't go back to my aunt's because, one, who I, you know, robbed for their shit, and then for two, I got my two little sisters there. They don't know what type of mentality I'm coming home with. So I really had nowhere to go to. My mother gave me a promise that I could stay with her. We ended up driving up, and it didn't go through. So in the span of 2 days, I was basically going to be homeless. I had to figure out where I could go. And I found the Cushing House because in the state of Massachusetts, you can't get into a, what's the word? Not reintegration, but like a program for someone that just got out of prison.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into any because I wasn't convicted in Mass. I was from out of state. So I found the Cushion House. I've never been a drug addict, you know. I did drugs willingly. I didn't think they fucked me up. I enjoyed the fuck out of them. I was just smoking weed, popping pills, whatever. You know, like I didn't think I had an addiction. It's not like I was doing crime to fund that. I was doing crime to buy gold teeth and other dumb shit. And
You have an addiction to more, to fucking chaos.
yeah, I just had an addiction to the adrenaline
active
rush.
lifestyle,
You know what I
relief.
mean? Like I
People
fucking
fail to understand when they hear about addiction. They think like solely like drugs. It's like, oh, come on, use your head.
Well, I mean, I remember the days when I was going to school with my father's hand-me-downs. I remember the days when instead of getting the sneakers I wanted, I got the sneakers they could afford. And that sucked because you go to school and people are fucking with you about it, you know?
mean, yeah.
So once I started figuring out, okay, well, I can get money by taking it,
Yeah.
that's how I started to do it.
Yeah.
And it just turned into what it turned into. So I get out of prison, I find the Cushion House because it's guys and girls. I wasn't going to go into some shit where it's just straight guys. I just got out of fucking prison. I've already been doing that.
Trying to live. Bro.
Right.
So I find the Cushion House, and I got to go to transitions in Mattapan before I can get into the Cushion House. So I go to transitions, and I walk in there, bro, and it's a whole bunch of fucking, everyone's depressed and acting like they're doing the illest bid. Hey, how long you been in here? Oh, 3 weeks. Like, bro, I just did fucking, you know, like, this is nothing to
Toughen
me.
up, will ya?
You're not allowed to have phones. I sneak a phone in immediately.
Yeah.
And I just remember there was this big-ass dude. He was a black dude. And I went into the bathroom, and he pissed, and he didn't wash his hands. And immediately I follow him out the bathroom. I checked him in front of everybody. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why you ain't washing your hands? Like, what kind of nasty shit? Is then what? You going to go touch the remote to the TV? You going to touch the kitchen? You dirty fuck? You know what I mean? So everyone kind of looked at me like, damn, he got some balls because he's a skinny white kid fucking checking dude. And dude went and washed his hands because it's like, you dirty fuck. Like, what, are you going to get mad at me for telling you what to do what you should be doing?
Taught him a life lesson.
You know what I mean? It's like, but I don't even know why I got to say that type of shit, but that's the prison mentality.
People need to hear.
Because, you know, I'm sure you fucking know.
Of course.
Like, you can't do certain
The
shit.
crazy part is
Pissing on
that
the seat.
the crazy part is you wouldn't know unless you've experienced it. Some people literally, in I guess like that. I mean, it makes you feel a little better. Some people literally don't know, like they never were taught that. It's like that's fucking bizarre. That's crazy.
People literally need to be like rewire their brain.
Yeah, and it's like, it is what it is, as long as you're willing to rewire that shit. Because if not, then fucking it goes the other way.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
You got a lot of dudes that are program all-stars acting like it's a fucking flex, bro. 'Cause they're in your fucking 17th halfway house. And
Well, I mean, I met...
I piss on any toilet seat I want.
Yeah, I met two kids in there. I forget their names. They're from Western Mass. They both rapped.
Okay.
And one was like, I guess, somewhat like locally known or whatever, and the other kid wasn't really known, but he was a low-key kid. And I met them in transitions, and I was cool with them. And then I ended up going to the Cushion House.
Yep.
And the one kid, his name was Burley, the one kid that rapped, and then I forget the other kid's name.
I know the kid Burley, actually.
Yeah.
I know of him. You know what I mean?
And then there was another kid, I forget his name, but he fucking ended up hanging himself.
Wow.
And he just struggled with the addiction shit. You know, his sister used to come and visit him and shit. She was mad cool. And I found out later that he hung himself, but he survived.
Yeah.
But he's like from the neck down.
He's like a vegetable or some shit.
You know?
Yeah.
And so I dive into this world of sobriety and addiction and 12 steps and all this, and I'm like, man, this shit's pussy. Like, y'all are choosing to do this shit. You know, like, I got a dickhead mentality. Like, I'm not really sympathizing. I'm like, bro, you choosing to do that shit. I'm supposed to feel bad when you die. Like, I got homies getting killed.
Yeah.
Like, how we were talking about with prison, the scariest time for me in prison was when I was going to get released.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what to expect, and I had homies that was getting released and dying within 30, 60 days. So I'm thinking I'm going to come home and get killed.
Yeah.
You know? So when I got put into transitions, I'm like, man, this shit weak as fuck. Like, I didn't really respect it. I go to the Cushion House, and it's even weaker because it's all a bunch of young-ass kids. These kids are from fucking the lamest parts of Massachusetts.
Suburbs, and they're claiming
And it's like, they're in there with, like, the khakis that end at their thighs and the fucking just
oh my God,
vineyard vines and shit. Like,
oh my God.
so I come in here, and I'm like, well, if this is anything like jail, I'm going to fucking extort everything in here.
Absolutely.
But I met a lot of solid people in there, Jared being one. He had just got out of DYS. Pat was working there. He's a Southie guy. He's, you know, tough love on everybody. And he would fucking cuss everyone. Oh, you stupid fuck. But, you know, he pulled me aside and he told me, he's like, yo, I know you just came out of prison. So we shouldn't need to, really do any too. He didn't want to argue with me. He wanted to see if I was gonna like be on some fuck shit.
Just feeling
But
you out.
I understood what he was doing,
course.
and I was receptive to that.
Yeah.
Cause it's like, all right, I understand this.
Yeah.
Like the kumbaya shit we got to do in the other room and talk about our feelings. I don't understand that, but this I
You
understand.
respected it.
And it was a respecting with me and Pat. And what was the other guy's name? Frank.
Fred,
Yeah, fucking
Mike,
dickhead. Yeah.
Isaac, Al.
The
you know
bike
what I mean?
cop.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Black dude Al. You remember? You got one story that comes to your mind? Some dumb shit that happened? Anything that comes to mind while you were there?
Well, I was in the Cushion House.
Yeah.
Just fucking hanging out with everybody, bro. It was summer
You're
2015.
probably just happy to be out, bro.
Fetty Wap was playing. Fucking 1738. They're putting us in the little ass bus, and we got to go to these meetings, and it's like embarrassing,
Yeah.
but it's fun to be free at the same time.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I had to speak at meetings, and I had to do my name's Jake, I'm an addict, whatever. I got used to that. And like the Serenity Prayer.
Yeah.
Right? God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Yo.
We got to say that shit all the fucking time. But until you really sit by yourself and think of the meaning of it,
Yeah.
you understand the power behind it.
Yeah.
For me, there was another saying called the Extended Day Creed. This is something we had to memorize in prison, and it was painted on the walls. I learned it in reception because there was a CO named 6'6", this tall-ass black dude, was known for abusing inmates, would slap the fuck out. Like, he would just slap the fuck out of you for nothing. And when you get assigned as a youth offender in state prison, you have to remember this Extended Day Creed. So immediately, we get a piece of paper, remember this so you're not getting your food tray. So the first kid that he asked to recite the Extended Day Creed, he fucked up, he slapped the food tray in the kid's face. The food went everywhere, he didn't get to eat. I remember my shit. Watch
He's
it.
like, I'm starving.
No, yeah, I need this. The fuck? I'm not letting this tray go. The fuck out of here. This kid's
As a
trying
matter
to.
of fact, can I have that?
Yeah, he's trying to pick his shit off the floor. But the creed is watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your feelings. Watch your feelings, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your lifestyle. Watch your lifestyle, it controls your destiny. We used to have to repeat this shit all the time. It never meant anything to me until I was in confinement thinking about what I think about is how I'm going to act. It's how I'm going to speak. And the way that I think and the way that I speak is how I'm going to become. And the way I become, that's going to be my future.
Yep.
And when I started breaking that shit down, bro, and really thinking about the power of your thoughts, the power of your words,
Absolutely.
it clicked with me.
It's
And that's something that I've always taken from the very beginning of me doing YouTube. I would recite this creed, and I would tell other people about it.
Yo.
And for me, it just hits. So there was a lot of things with the sober community that I did end up sympathizing with, resonating with, and actually appreciating. And there was things that I was able to take and apply into my life.
Well, that's what I love about, like, when I was listening to the bootleg Kev shit. It's like I can relate to the, the mother and father separated.
Yeah, the pain,
the
bro.
pain, the trauma, right? It's just, me being my authentic self, right? Like, I'll say, like, any crime I ever committed was because I was, like, probably, just strung out drug addict.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't necessarily end up in
well,
prison
you're a
or
drug
whatever,
addict,
but it's
yeah.
like I looked towards drugs, you look towards being a
Correct.
blood and being
Yes.
a blood and just that whole attractive lifestyle.
Yeah, well, I mean, for me with the gang shit, it was just trying to find something I belonged to.
Of course.
You know what I
Find a
mean?
home.
Anything
Yeah.
but sitting with yourself.
And it's like my parents split before I was even born.
Yo.
They were never married or nothing like that. They were like 21 when they had me.
Same here, bro. Yo.
And now looking at it, yeah, the whole gang was a whole bunch of kids that come from broken homes. Everyone's trying to fit into something. We're all angry. We all want an enemy. So joining this and finding out, like, yeah, we don't like them, bet. Now I got something to take out all this fucking
Exactly.
frustration. You know what I mean? But now that I'm 30 years old and I can look back on it, that's why on that podcast I denounced all the gang shit.
Yeah. So I don't want to get to. We'll get to that. I don't want to get too ahead. But like, how long between, like, leaving the Cushing house to like end a sentence, YouTube, making the content? How long was like the?
So I got kicked out of the Cushion house and I ended up getting put into a sober house on Warren and Interval.
Dudley, right?
Nah, Dudley Street wasn't a sober house.
Oh, okay.
I lived in the fucking bricks over there.
Oh, okay.
It was on Warren and Interval. It was a sober house. It was only white guys on the fucking block over there. It's right off of Blue Hill.
Yup.
You go down the Interval at like 2 a.m. There's fucking or you go down to Blue Hill. There's the hookers and all that shit out there. Yeah. But I came from Florida, so I'm like, man, this shit looks decent. Like, yeah, it's the hood, but it don't feel like the hood because it doesn't feel like the Florida hood, you know? So I'm in there for a little bit, and the fucking house manager did like 15, 20 years. He's a nutcase. He tries to he tries to have a little fucking ego thing or whatever. You know what I mean? So we sit down in front of him. It's me and this other kid that just got accepted in the house that day, and he looks right at me, and he's like, I could tell you're going to be a problem. What the fuck did I do? Yeah. Just because he looks pussy doesn't mean I'm going to act up, you know? Yeah. So
meanwhile, he did 15 years. You don't know how to fucking talk to someone.
Yeah, like, bro, you're acting like you're the fucking
about the approach,
toughest shit ever. Yeah. Nobody gives a fuck about that. And that's the thing. There's a lot of people in the sober community that act like they're big and bad because they're the fucking manager of the house. Yeah. And they got a little fucking gold chain.
The thing is, too, it's like you say, like, nobody gives a fuck. It's like, maybe in York, maybe to you, some people do, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? So, like, be careful what you fucking...
Yeah, it started off bad already. And I had a job at Dunkin' Donuts, my first job at the Dunks at Quincy Center. Okay. So I'm waking up at like 5 in the morning, taking the fucking red line over there, and then, working, coming back. They ended up giving me a fucking, I don't know, like a ticket. I don't know what the fuck they called it. They said I walked down the stairs too loud in the morning, and I had to pay like $30 or some shit. The stairs are made out of fucking... The manager, the guy that runs the fucking house.
Like trying to shake you down there?
Yeah, because for a noise complaint or something, I got to pay like $30 fucking... I'm like, okay, so I left that day. I'm not doing that shit. You got me fucked up. And, I got a noise complaint. The stairs are made out of wood, bro. This house is like 120 years old. What the fuck you mean? So I end up going to another sober house on right off of Blue Hill. By the Franklin Park Zoo. I'm trying to remember the street that it's on. It's by Stashes.
Seaver Street? No.
Nah, it's not on Seaver Street.
I know where Stashes is. Yeah.
I forget the street, but it's right behind fucking Stashes. So I'm in there. That's where I met Naka from Charlestown. I don't know if you know. He's a crazy fuck. Yeah. So I get into this one. I don't like the house manager either. The guy that used to come and collect all the money and shit. Bro, I'm in here fucking planning robberies. I'm like, yo, bro, we can fucking, if you can get a gun, we can rob him.
Where the Tinder shit happened?
Nah, this is way after that. Okay. But I'm here plotting. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this guy picks up all this money from all these sober houses getting everybody's rent. Why don't we just... Because I was paying $200 for that room, and I was making $250 a week. I'm paying rent every week. Yeah. I only had $50 left over after I get my check from Dunkin' Donuts. I was a fucking baker, burning all the fucking bagels and shit. So I'm literally living off tap water and ramen noodles. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit's fucked up. And, yeah.
No, we went to a fancy restaurant one night. He goes, the lady's like, what is it? Sparkling or still? I goes, actually, can you get him some tap water?
Yeah, right out of the sink, bro. We're not paying extra for that shit.
Yo, real quick, shout out to Eddie McGrath, man. Shout out to Eddie McGrath. Shout out to Rock and Recovery. So, like you were talking about, I work in recovery now, and like a big part for me is like not forgetting where I came from, and like, instead of being that dude that's like a fucking cop, bro, let me just approach these guys with a little sympathy, empathy, compassion, a little bit of tough love, right? But try to like hear their side of the story, right?
Yeah.
Like, try to help them find their way instead of looking down on them, instead of fucking, you know what I mean? Because it's like nobody likes that shit, bro. Nobody wants to fucking deal with that asshole in there.
Nah, facts. Well, speaking of Tinder, this was when Tinder was popping. Yeah. So everybody in the house is on Tinder trying to fuck shit. So we're bringing girls to the house, whatever. And I ended up meeting who is now my daughter's mother, my ex, and I ended up moving in with her. So people have said this before. Like people that don't like, oh, you were in a sober house on Dudley. You never lived in the... No, I lived in the brick buildings, 620 Dudley Street, the first floor.
People try to tell you your story.
Yeah, so I was,
You know who you are, too.
Basically living off someone else's Section 8. I technically didn't live there, but I lived there. Yeah. And I was the only white kid in the neighborhood. Yep. And I moved in with her, and I lived there for 5 years. And July of 2016, I ended up catching a case on Dudley Street. They said I was chasing somebody with a gun. I got armed assault with intent to rob and assault with a dangerous weapon by means of a firearm. I got picked up, So that was through a dating app.
Yeah.
Basically, kids were coming out thinking that they're going to meet some fucking girl, whatever. And a lot of people like to bring drugs and shit because they want to impress the girl and get high, whatever. And then all of a sudden, everything gets taken from them. And
Another life lesson.
yeah, you know what I mean? Don't go to Dudley Street to fucking think you're going to meet some
Jake's
chick.
been fucking giving out gems. his whole life.
Yeah.
This-
So
We're not
basically,
gonna get into Yeah.
when I got arrested, part of the deal or whatever was that they said if I took the plea that they weren't going to further investigate anything else that happened because apparently there was word that there was a white dude robbing people out there. I'm the only fucking white guy that really lives out there, you know?
Yeah.
So what ended up happening was they caught me in the middle of chasing this kid. I had already, because I lived right there, pull out, and the kid had mace.
Yeah.
So he pulls out mace. Okay, well, I'm not trying to fucking, like, I'm just trying to take what you have. I'm not trying to blow your
kill
shit
you,
up.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Jake's like fucking.
So, yeah, so I'm like, but I've been sprayed before.
Yeah.
You spray me, I might accidentally pop this bitch. So I go in the crib, I run in the, because he runs off. I run in the crib, I put everything up, I switch clothes. I'm going to just, beat the fuck out of this kid and take the shit. I don't care if I get sprayed. He had already called the police. So when I come out, I go over to the end by the Croc Center. He hits the corner, I chase after him. B2 pulls in, they jump out, they got guns on me. Put my hands up, they book me, whatever. They take me down to B2. Detective comes into the hallway. He's like, you want to talk? I was like, I don't want to fucking talk. He's like, all right. He looks like no one talks to him because this guy just came out looking depressed.
Yeah.
He didn't offer me a soda, food, nothing. He's like, you want to talk? Fuck you. All right. He goes back in. They put me in a
He's like,
cold-ass
"Good,
little
'cause I didn't wanna
cell.
listen to you."
But the dude that was working there, though, was a decent guy.
Yeah.
They put me in a cell, and it's fucking freezing. And they got like the little, it's like a flat thing where you can type in, it's a phone or whatever. It's not something you take off the hook, but you just push the buttons. Okay. He's like, hey, you call your people, they can bring you a hoodie, whatever. So they bring me a hoodie. I stay the night. I go to court the next morning. When I go to court in Roxbury Court, they bring me out, and I'm behind the little glass thing or whatever. And they're like, all right, the phone number doesn't match his phone number because it was a texting app. There's two different clothing descriptions, and not one description does it say he has tattoos. Yep. He clearly has a face tat. And then I'm trying to point out, like, yo, I'm cuffed up. I'm like, I'm right-handed. If I'm holding a gun at you, you're going to fucking... How the fuck you don't see no tattoos? So no tattoos, wrong phone number, two different clothing descriptions. What is it, bail or bond in Boston?
Yeah.
Whatever one I got, it was $500. It was cheap as shit. So I get out that day. I think I got booked on a Sunday. I got out on a Monday. That Friday, they came to the house with a warrant. So I went to the corner store in Upham's Corner. I went down there. I'm walking my way back. When I get back, I see mad police cars all up and down Dudley, all parked around the Dudley Park.
Yo.
And I open my door to the building. I come in, the little walkway. You got the stairs right here, the walkway. Then there's my door and the door of the basement. And I see this fucking thing sitting on the floor. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And the door to my crib is, like, cracked open a little bit. It's a battering ram. And I can hear the walkie-talkies inside. I'm like, oh. So I turn around. I pass my bag off because my neighbor was coming in on the second floor. Yeah. I'm like, yo, take this. They're in my crib right now. He's like, oh, shit. So I hauled ass through the back of the buildings. I just ran. I ducked off until they left. My ex calls me. She's like, yo, you're good, da-da-da. They took everything in the house. And what do you mean they took everything? They took the phones. They took the laptops. They took everything. They were in there. I still have the search warrant paperwork. They were looking for a large chrome firearm. They were looking for a specific outfit, and they took all the phones and everything because they wanted to see what phone I was communicating off. I had just bought a new phone. They took the new phone before I could even start it up. So they did that. I fought that case for however long. I ended up getting the job at Backwoods Pizza on Dudley Street.
Okay.
And the manager there, Felix, this Puerto Rican guy, he was driving me to my court dates and shit. So they come up with a plea deal, and they're like, we're going to give you the state came up with the plea. We're going to give you a 2.5-year suspended sentence on probation. So if you violate, you're fucked. Yeah. And we're not going to investigate any of the other robberies that they think you played a part in. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'll take that. You know, like my girl's pregnant, or my ex is pregnant at the time. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Like, okay. I had a Jewish judge. He flat out fucking denies it. They came up with it. That's what I'm thinking in court. How the fuck you denying it? Like, they came up with this shit, not me. I don't want to do nothing, but they came up with it.
Yeah.
How the fuck you gonna do? He was like, you just got out of prison in July, and a year later you getting another gun charge. You need to go back to prison. So they set another court date. So I'm thinking, fuck, like, I'm gonna have to do time behind this shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. We go back to court. Ended up getting a lawyer. I paid him one time, and all he did was secure this plea. We go back to court. They end up taking the plea. The judge says, I'm going to give you the 2.5-year suspended sentence. You have no chances in this courtroom. If you violate once, you're doing the whole 2.5 in South Bay. So I wasn't really used to, like, because the Bay, you can do 2.5 years, right? But anything over that, you go to state prison. Versus in Florida, 364 days is county. You get 365, you're going to prison.
Yeah.
So you get a year and a day, you're going to prison. Wow. So...
Yeah, people do skid bids at fucking.
Yeah, I'm hearing like 2.5, and from what I heard, I don't know nothing about it, but I'm hearing it's just confinement the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck that. I heard you get TVs though.
Yeah.
We don't get that in Florida.
TVs, tablets now. All that.
Yeah, we don't get none of that. Florida's the projects. You get tablets now, but you ain't getting a fucking TV in yourself. So they give me the deal. I sign off on the 2.5, and they put me in the choice program in Roxbury Court. So basically, you show up to this thing early in the morning. You eat with the fucking judge. The judge, the prosecutors, everyone eats in the same room. The lawyers, and you with all these other kids in the choice program, and they'll bring speakers in to speak to you and shit, and you got to check in with them, whatever. Part of it is you got to either work or volunteer a certain amount of hours a week. Well, I ended up getting a job at a smoke shop on Dorchester Street in Southie, right by the projects.
Smoke shop, yeah.
So I'm working at the smoke shop. We can legally gift weed cartridges if you come in and buy a pen.
And the deuce, too.
This shit's lit, bro. They had it, but they got rid of it.
Yeah.
They got rid of it before I started working there.
Yep.
And the church is right around the corner. And then St. Monica's is right down the street.
Yeah, they do sell the young people there.
Yeah, so it's like I'm familiar with all this shit because I was just over here in the fucking programs and shit. So now I'm at the smoke shop. Everyone's coming in like, oh, yeah, you got K2 in here? I'm like, nah, I don't got this shit. If we had it, I'd tell you we don't got this shit.
Yeah.
But I'm working here. I'm doing 40-plus hours. I'm hiring people, whatever. And I ended up getting the probation early terminated. But while I was in there, I ended up meeting a kid named Gabe. And Gabe lived over on Magnolia Street. He was cool with G. Fredo and them.
Okay, yeah.
So I ended up meeting him. Gabe's boy ended up getting killed right in front of Backwoods across the street.
Cape Verdean? Gabe?
Gabe was, I think, Puerto Rican.
Yeah. But Fredo, Cal, all them.
All them are Cape Verdean. I lived in the Cape Verdean neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so his boy ended up getting killed across the street from Backwoods. I wasn't working there at the time. And then Gabe ended up getting killed.
Oh, shit.
He got killed on Magnolia. So when people were asking me why I never covered the G. Fredo 7981 Cal situation, I lived in the middle of all that shit. I knew someone that lived in the other neighborhood that got killed in a barber shop. He was coming to Dudley serving me weed, even though he wasn't supposed to be over there.
Yep.
And it's like the gun that killed him was found in the house across the street from the park of where I lived.
Oh, shit.
You know, so I was literally in the middle of this whole fucking thing.
Home soon, right?
I think Cal's coming home before Fredo.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, but I've been tapped in with them for a minute.
Yeah, nah.
But it's like, you know, I didn't know them or nothing like that, but I knew Gabe and he knew them.
Of course.
And I got cool with him because we got to go to this fucking court thing all the time.
Yeah.
And then I had a problem at Dudley Station with some OP kids. They just tried me just because I'm fucking white. They try to jump onto me when I'm on the bus, whatever. So Gabe, you know, he had a car. I'm taking the 15 down to Dudley Station and crossing over.
Yep.
He's, you know, giving me rides and shit. So it's like he was looking out for me. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was cool. He's one of the first people from the neighborhood that's actually looking out for me, aside from the people that I just say what's up to when I walk to the corner store and get blunts and shit. And then he immediately gets killed. And it kind of fucked me up because this is like the first kid I'm starting to get cool with outside of prison. And he dies. And it's like, well, I can't just dive into this beef. Like, I don't even know who the fuck is from here. Never mind who isn't supposed to be here.
And to be honest, like, I mean, there's, you know, of course, it's all alleged, right? But you know, it's like, as you know, right? Boston's all streets. It's all hood beefs. You know what I mean? It's not The politics are different. Everything's different. Where it's like, you know, you got one street fucking beefing with the next street, and then this street don't beef with that street, but they beef with this.
Well, that was the thing, is where I lived at, I was the very next street over, Cottage, was the divider between Dorchester and Roxbury. So I lived in Dorchester, 02125.
Yep.
But once you cross that, people considered it Roxbury, but once you cross that line, you're in Roxbury.
Yeah.
And it's not like anything changes. It looks the fucking same.
Yeah, right.
I'm still the only white
But
one.
everything changes.
But it's a whole nother, now you're in a whole nother gang.
Yeah.
Now you're in a whole nother territory. And then you keep going down, now you're in OP. So I'm at Dudley Station, and like, yo, where you from? I'm not really from out here. Where you stay at? I stay on Dudley. Oh, what part of Dudley? Dudley Park. I don't know that I'm talking to Dudley Park's ops. They got beef with Dudley Park. I don't know that, but I just told them I live here. Now they want to fuck with me.
Yeah.
You know, so I had to like quickly learn this shit. I'm like, fuck, like I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the middle of some shit.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Absolutely.
So I was there. My daughter was born there on Dudley Street. She was born in Tufts Medical Center, and yeah, I was raising her in the hood. And then she was born 2017. 2019, I started YouTube. And I started cranking that shit up.
Yeah.
And it just fucking blew up, bro. And eventually I had enough money to where I bought my first car. I got a fucking Honda Accord.
Yeah.
All red Honda.
Yeah.
And
The Hondas,
I got the Honda fucking all red. And I'm thinking I'm the shit because, you know, on that block, the fire's cars are Hondas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like tricked out Hondas and shit.
Yeah.
And
It's so weird. Like, God's weird, right? Because it's like, I got twin girls, right? And they're about to be 2. And, like, we just started the content shit. So it's funny, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You thought it was 2. Your shit started to.
Nah, yeah, and I never wanted to do YouTube. It just came about. People were interested in my story, and then it just started to make money. And I was like, holy shit. My first check was like $800 or something.
Now, when you first, I'm curious to know, when you first started it, what state what state of affairs, what state of mind were you in? Like, because from what you told me, it seems like, you know, maybe that was just like an outlet for you to, you know, like it wasn't. What was your bigger goals like for? It wasn't like you could have. I'm assuming that you weren't seeing ahead in the future.
Bro,
was it because like you were in the house or?
Yeah, that was. So I got fired from the smoke shop because once I got my probation terminated, I started selling weed out of the smoke shop. So I started bringing my own cartridges.
Yep.
So in the smoke shop, it's not like the streets. It's $40 per cartridge. So if you get 2, you're not getting a discount. It's not 60 for 2. It's not, you know. Yeah. So I started bringing my own shit. That was way better. So I'm getting 100 cartridges, selling them for $40 a pop. You can do the math. I'm making a killing. I broke the sales record at the smoke shop. I became the manager. I was very no, but hear me out though. I was very good at what I did. Of
course.
But this was before I started selling shit.
Yeah.
When I started selling shit, the sales plummeted. They're like, what the fuck is going on? Nothing's selling. And then they ended up figuring out, okay, Jake's booming shit in here. So I got fired from the smoke shop.
Yep.
So I'm at the house basically playing like stay-at-home dad, smoking weed, playing video games and shit, and just watching YouTube, Vlad TV, fucking whatever. And I see an interview with this kid claiming he's a white blood from Virginia. Nothing in his hour-long story does he talk about violence, stabbing, fighting, nothing. So I'm like, how the fuck? Because I went through hell.
Yeah.
So that doesn't even make sense. And then, bro, he's using like code words and shit with the host.
To like sound cool.
Yeah, like you're not gonna know what the fuck you don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Like instead of canteen, or I hit the Bantine line. Like, bro, you sound dumb as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I hit up the host. And I was like, yo, bring me on. And he was like, all right, bet. Because he put a thing on Facebook. It was like, yo, write a paragraph of your story. I wrote the illest paragraph of mad shit that happened, and a lot of people ended up liking it. He brings me on. He sets a date. Literally like an hour before the interview's supposed to happen. It's over a webcam. I'm about to fucking back out of this shit. I'm getting nervous. I'm like, nah, I need to work out more before I come on camera. I need to fucking, like, I need to look better. You know what I'm saying? I'm all self-conscious. Mad people are going to see this shit. But I was thinking to myself, like, because I was still in contact with everybody I knew in prison.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, how am I going to call one of them and tell them I didn't take an opportunity when they don't even have the ability to take the opportunity?
Yep.
So fuck it. I did the interview. The shit went platinum. Mm-hmm. The host, along with a lot of his viewers, were like, you should start a channel. So it was very weird because I was growing weed in the apartment on Section 8 in the fucking hood. I had a whole room set. I had a whole grow tent, LEDs and everything. And then we had a back room that was completely empty.
They're like, this kid's a real entrepreneur.
Oh, yeah, fucking hustler. So, and then the guy that owned the building lived in Iraq. I didn't have to worry about nothing, and he knew what I was doing. He didn't care.
Yeah, of course.
So, because, you know, you could legally grow. So, in the back room, I took a stool, I took a shoebox, and I put a laptop on top of that, and that was the webcam. And I just stared into this little fucking camera hole, and I just started telling my story, bro. And honestly, how I looked at it was, I did over a year in confinement. I don't know if you did confinement time, shoe time. It was kind of like when you sit on the bunk and you sit on the toilet and you tell somebody your life story. You know, we don't got nothing to talk about, so I'm just going to tell you who I am. I'm going to tell you memories. I'm going to tell you whatever. And I just looked at the camera and I did that, bro. Yeah. And I just told my story. My first videos were like an hour long each time. And I would just zone out.
A lot to tell.
Yeah,
I would leave out or omit for various reasons.
Yeah,
you know,
and there was no pressure.
Out trauma.
There was no pressure because no one's talking back.
Yeah.
I'm just alone in this room, and I didn't think of it like viewers and all that.
It was therapeutic almost.
It was therapeutic, but it was also bringing me back a lot of fucked up memories that I didn't want to think about.
Therapeutic and triggering.
Right, so I kind of looked at it like therapy until it got to a point where, you know, because it started making money. So now I really got to dig into my brain, to relive these stories so I can project it accurately. And then the nightmares started happening and it started affecting me differently. But that's essentially how I started YouTube. First check was like $800, and, you know, it pays monthly. Then I started getting $2,000 a month. And then I started making more than I was making at the smoke shop. Yeah. Then I hit $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $50,000 a month.
Sales didn't plummet like at the smoke shop.
Yeah, it just kept going up. It kept going up.
Yeah.
And eventually I was able to move my family out the hood. We moved to East Boston. My daughter was going to school in Charlestown at Warren Prescott.
Yes,
Shout out to Maki Goodman, man.
So
he's like, I see this big white dude in a fucking AMG spaceship.
Yeah, the Warren Prescott, bro.
Hey, his daughter's like, Dad, that's Jake 10. You don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, so we were living in Eastie, and then we ended up moving into a penthouse above the TD Garden.
Yeah.
I was on the 36th floor. I had the fucking penthouse. There's 2 penthouse floors, the 36th and 37th. Rooftop pool on the 38th, and I was paying $7,000 a month in rent, and fucking, I felt like I was on top of the world.
What's the time frame from that $800 check or that like first time you sat down and spoke into that camera till like the penthouse?
To the penthouse, that would have been from 2019 to I think I moved into the penthouse in 2023.
It was that quick.
Yeah. Wow. It blew. It fucking blew. And the pandemic, bro.
Oh, yeah. That's all people were doing.
Oh, my God. I was having 6-figure months. I made my first 100K on Section 8. I don't want, you know, certain fucking...
You
feel me? Yeah.
So you were, clearly you're motivated, right? But was there, like, each time...
I wasn't even motivated. I was in shock.
Were you still like, yeah, you're in
I was in shock.
Were you done with the, like, was it a hard transition for you?
Bro, you got to understand, after Gabe got killed, I didn't want to socialize with anyone.
Yeah.
I didn't have friends. Yeah. I didn't have anyone to hang out with. I had who was my girl at the time, and I had my daughter.
You would have given that money to have your friend back.
I didn't go out. I didn't party. I wasn't in clubs. I still had never been to a strip club. Yeah. You know, and I'm in like my mid-20s now. I had my daughter when I was 23. Yeah. And I wasn't doing anything. Yeah. I looked at my bank account. It looked like I'm playing fucking Grand Theft Auto. I just saved and saved. And then it wasn't until, because I was coming down to Florida and shit. You know, I'd come back, because a lot of people were like, oh, why he don't go to Florida? Oh, he got kicked out of Florida. Oh, he can't go back to the Bloods. I pull up to Florida. I'm around 100 Bloods. All right, now what's the problem?
Yeah. Yo, shout out to
Millie. I
can't.
can't.
Millie says only white boy 100 deep in any projects. I was saying it to Joe on the way down. I'm like, and yo, anyone that's listening, man, everything this dude says is official, man. It all adds up. Like, there's no bullshit, bro. Like, a lot of people get online and, like, embellish or portray something they're not. It's like, he's really running around with fucking, you know what I mean, serious people, man.
No, for sure.
That needs to be said, right? Because, like, you two, like, already spoke on it. You know what I'm saying?
He is who he says he is.
Yeah.
And, and that's why I believe that that's why you're being blessed, and that's why, and your gratefulness and your humility is why you'll continue to get blessed.
For sure. Like, a lot of people, they'll come up with any conspiracy theory against you, right? Like, oh, he's only around them, he's got money. Well, yeah, no shit, bro. Like, no fucking shit. I'm going state to state. Yeah. If you don't have money, you're not leaving your hood. That's why y'all are stuck in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that makes sense. But they're like, oh, who's the one that made him blood? Who's the one? The person that put me on the blood didn't want to be on fucking TV. Didn't want that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want that image. You know, the people that are around me that want that image, they fucking know what the fuck they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, with traveling, like I went out to LA, I did No Jumper. I went down to Miami, I did a couple podcasts.
Like?
It was dope.
Dope.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like LA that much, but and then even then, people are like, "Oh, why he didn't tap in with the Bloods?" We don't know them Bloods. Yeah, we're not from LA. What do you think we're gonna tap in and fucking pay you money or something? No.
Stupid.
But best believe we tapped in and we fucking had some shit over there.
Yeah.
We weren't riding around with nothing.
Yeah.
And we touched down into the '60s hood. We did a little video at Nipsey's mural. We showed love.
Yeah.
You can see my homie in the picture with, so it's like.
Yeah.
We're tapped in when we need to be tapped in. I done been through New York, projects in New York, chain out and everything.
No
You had people commenting like, "Oh, if so-and-so was there, he would have got robbed. So-and-so was with me."
You know what's crazy?
The legend from the projects that was running around shooting, he was there too.
Yeah.
But the thing is, people are, specifically, his name's Bloodsport.
Yo.
Dude's got a reputation in these projects. Monster, right? I met him. He's with me. But people are online like, "Oh, if Bloodsport was there, you would have got robbed. You would have got shot." The thing is, you don't even know what Bloodsport looks like because you can't even recognize him in the picture.
Braveheart analogy when they're like, William Wallace is like, 8 feet tall. He shoots fucking fire out of his fucking eyes. Whatever. But no one, it's all a legend. And
Yeah.
bro, you know what I mean? The peasants down here fucking believe in the hype.
Yeah, and the thing is, they're hyping somebody's name that they don't even recognize in the photo.
Right.
Yeah.
This man's standing next to me. You're saying he would have did this and that. You don't even know.
They're trying to live off his fucking...
We're hanging out the whole night.
Yeah.
They have no idea.
I wanted to ask you, I know there was some instance, right? I don't know if it was in Melly's trial or paperwork where he mentioned some white blood.
Yeah.
YNW.
Well, that's how I got tied into the YNW Melly case. So basically, the detective, he's Cuban, but he looks white. And he basically said that he infiltrated the Bloods. The prosecutor, and this is all like, this isn't really during court. This is like during a pre-session or whatever. So they're just talking, but it's recorded. And she says, "How did you infiltrate the Bloods and you're white?" And he says, "Oh, well, one of the highest and most respected members of GKB is white." And that's when they put my name into it. First off, I've never had a high fucking rank. I never the most respected. Like, bro, get the fuck out of here. Like, he just tried to
hold up. What do I get out of this?
Yeah, he tried, and then he said that through an informant, I'm funding the Bloods with my YouTube channel, and it's just like a whole like, you really just tried to build a Rico on me on some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like none of that shit adds up.
People are funny, bro.
And then, but this is the thing, right? People tried to coincide and like, "Oh, see, that's proof he's getting extorted by them. He's all right. Well, who around me got a chain like mine?
Because most people are sheep, bro.
Who around me got a chain like mine if I'm getting extorted? Make that make sense. And then, behind the scenes, it's like, bro, I'm still a man at the end of the day. And if I'm involved with what I'm involved with, if there's an issue, we handle the issue how we're supposed to. So then all of a sudden, when I'm dropping my nuts, like, yeah, we can, because there was an instance early on where somebody told me, "Yeah, you can't claim this until you pull up." We get off the phone. 30 minutes later, we're back on the phone. My flight's booked. I'm coming immediately. "Oh, well, wait, you can wait a couple," and he can vouch for that, because he was on the call. It was multiple people on the FaceTime. But it was like, yeah, my flight is booked immediately. What do you think? I'm scared to come down there? You got life fucked up. And then, obviously when people see me in real life, I'm a little bit bigger than what they think. I'm with it, But the whole thing for me was learning I don't have to be. And understanding that with the internet shit, I'm sure y'all gonna find this out, you can never prove yourself enough.
Yeah.
Never.
You can kill somebody, but if you haven't killed 7 people, you ain't tough.
Yeah.
Bro, it doesn't matter if it's Conor McGregor. Even they shit on him, and he's knocking shit the fuck out. So it's like how I look at it, Lil Durk. You got mad people that talk shit about him. Eminem, they still don't give him respect, right? If they can't win you over, I know I can't. Jesus couldn't win people over. So I know I'm fucked. So I'm not out here to fucking win people over and gain your respect. You don't like me, then fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
But if you respect me, it's a mutual thing.
100%.
Absolutely.
You just said it perfect, bro, because it's like, yo, like, honestly, bro, at the end of the day, we're just trying to find our way, and same thing, like, have our daughters grow up
He's taking care
different
of his
than we
That's what
did.
makes you a man.
Yeah, I mean, bro, the thing is, I don't know how people don't respect it.
Yeah.
I get out of prison with nothing. I'm living in the fucking hood. I started from the bottom. There was no handout. I found a lane. I moved my family out the hood. I cranked the fuck up. And it's like I told you before, people only started hating me when they could no longer relate to me.
Yeah.
My teeth were fucked up. You look at my older videos. Looked like I was chewing my way out of prison. I spent $60,000 on my teeth. Got them done in New York. Shout out to my dentist, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to my dentist.
Yeah.
Hey.
Shout out to my dentist.
Yo.
I spent 60.
Shout
I
out to
spent,
fucking Dr. Stu. Hangover.
I spent $60,000 on my fucking teeth. I get the chain. I get a $100,000 car, $100,000 chain. I'm up in a penthouse. People can't relate anymore, because now the way I live isn't the way they live, and that's when the hate starts. That's when they start to criticize what you do, and that's when they start.
It wasn't a problem until fucking
Yeah.
It wasn't a problem until I started
became a
living
problem.
better. Yeah.
Until you became their problem.
Yeah.
When that's not even the fucking
And then
reality
it
of
becomes,
it.
oh, well, why don't you give back and da-da-da. Well, if you give back, it's extortion, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the next thing you're going to say. If I give back, oh, he's getting extorted by the hood. So it's just like,
Back
bro.
to who? To you?
Yeah.
Nah, hey, in all honesty, bro, you can argue that this right here is giving back, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Of course
It's
it is,
you know,
bro.
You know what I mean? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's
This is priceless, bro.
This
You know
is-
what
Well, I mean, that's the
bro.
thing is, you know,
Priceless
I've
fucking
done
moment.
shit where I've charged people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when I found out you guys are home team, and it's like, hey, if y'all are willing to come down,
it, bro.
we can do an interview. I'll run another one with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I love that shit. And it's like, that's the type of shit I'm on. If I can jump on a call and give you advice, whatever. But a lot of people don't see that. And at the same time, I'm very selective, because there's multiple people I've helped out.
yeah.
And I've helped out a bunch of people that have fucked me over.
Yes.
I've been in contact with people that, there was a time when I had 30 people on my JPay. I'm in contact with 30 people. I'm getting my homies 10 pen pals each. It did nothing for me, bro.
Yeah.
I had one kid come home. I taught him how to make a YouTube channel. He ended up scamming all his fans for weed money. Said, fuck me. He thought he was famous. He's doing 20-something years right now. He beat up his sister, broke her arm, broke her jaw, whatever. I helped another kid out, right? A kid that me and him inside of prison were putting in work together. He was solid as fuck when I knew him. We got sentenced around the same time. I left. I only did 3 years. He ended up having to do 10 years mandatory. I don't know what the fuck he did for the rest of his 7 years. I heard he started fucking with the K2. I heard he started
Changed
fucking
for
with
the
the
good and the
Molly.
bad.
He comes home, bro. I fly down. I rent out. This is the first time telling the reason why I fell out with him on camera too. Nobody knows the story. Everyone's asked me why I don't talk about Rambo, why I don't fuck with Rambo. Me and Rambo were like this inside of prison. He was a little bit older than me. We used to slap box and shit, whatever. And he gets out of prison. I rent an AMG down in West Palm Beach, because he's EOSing from a prison way north in Florida. It was like an 8-hour drive or some stupid shit. But he's coming home to Palm Beach. I rent an AMG. I rent out an Airbnb. I drive all the way up there with his fucking sister. Picked him up from prison. Before we left the fucking prison, I handed him $10,000 in all hundreds. I handed him a brand new iPhone. I fucking had him dripped out in Palm Angels. He left with a fucking $1,000 outfit. And I gave him an Xbox to keep him in the house and out of trouble, right? Give him all this shit. We drive back down. We go to Palm Beach. I had bitches pulling up. I got him fucked that night. He had a threesome that night, first night out of prison, right? This kid came home like a fucking movie. He's wasted. Next morning, he's throwing up everywhere. But he came home great.
Yeah, fuck
You know what I'm saying? We hit the store. He started buying shit. Like, who the fuck comes home to 10 grand? I didn't. I came home to nothing. But I made that happen for you. Whole time, he had his family over. I'm not going to say who. One of his family members went into my room and stole all my credit card information. I got an Amex, I got my regular cards, whatever. When I fly back up to Boston, I found out they hit my shit for over 20 grand. Now, I get all of it back. You report it for fraud. You don't got to do a police report. You just report it as fraud. But I know exactly who did it, and I called him and I spoke to him about it. I ended up having to call some friends. They went down there and collected everything I gave him, aside from the money he had already spent. But they collected what I gave him. And it was a sticky situation because, you know, he showed up by himself. But they could have did whatever to him. And there was a point in time where they felt like he was playing and they wanted to. I said, don't do it, because I had a lot of love for this kid. You know what I mean? And he was having issues when he got out of prison with his head. He had just went to the hospital. He was, like, flashing out. I don't know if he had a... So I don't want somebody to do something. He gets a fucking aneurysm and dies. You know what I mean? So I'm like, just take whatever he's got. And, you know, he didn't get robbed. He gave it back because his family member did something they shouldn't have. And I let my boys keep the shit because they drove down there to get it. And that was it. I cut him off after that.
That's the principle.
Months later, he ends up catching a charge. He stabs the shit out of some homeless guy, and it says in the fucking news report that he was beating his dick standing over the homeless guy. Some weirdo shit. I heard he was all mollied out, whatever the fuck. He gets locked up. Now, I don't know if that's the truth of what happened, because the dude that got stabbed ended up getting airlifted. He could say whatever he wants. Oh, he did some weirdo. I don't know if that's the truth or not. But the fact of the matter is I cut him off months before because one of his family members tried to steal from me after everything that I gave him. And it's just
that's for him to handle without, that's not on
bro,
you.
you supposed to,
Yeah.
you know, and
At
that ain't even fighting money, bro. You're talking about $20,000, like $10,000.
If anything, you treated him like family. That person there is like, that's a violation, bro.
Yeah, because you fucked it up for him.
Violation.
And he tried to reach out to me multiple times and say up and down, but I didn't respond to none of it. He was cut off. He was dead to me at that point. You know what I mean? So it's like I grieve for people that are still breathing. Because once it's over, it's over.
100%.
You know?
I can never look at you the same.
Yeah. So it's like no one knows that story as to why I cut him off, but that was the truth.
And I love when you always
and even the person that did it tried to reach out through someone else.
Yeah.
Even apologized and admitted to everything, but it was already
But check this out too.
It's already done.
If you think about it, right? Do you think if you hadn't been in the position you were in, if you hadn't established yourself, and if you weren't like fucking in the position you were in, that they would have even reached out or like try to make, you know what I'm saying? Where like if you had nothing to offer, bro, or moving forward,
right.
chances are they probably, you know what I mean? It probably wouldn't go down like that.
Or even would it
You're
have
an
happened
asset.
vice versa? You know? So
course.
it's like for me now, like, bro, I had somebody I was very close with inside of prison. I've never spoke down on them, whatever. And I always spoke highly of them on my channel. I got you mad pen pals, you know. I done hooked you up with some money before, care packages, whatever. And now all of a sudden send me a fucking K2 letter. Why would I jeopardize my entire situation to mail you fucking
right.
K2? It just shows me you're not thinking of me. You know, you're asking how my daughter's doing, but you're asking me to crash out.
Yeah. There's an agenda and a motive.
So they say it's lonely at the top, and that's how you realize why. Because nobody has good intentions for you but you. You have to be the one that learns. Everyone ain't for me. And for me, I had to eliminate the crowd around me. And people are, he got kicked out. I didn't get kicked out of shit. And nobody did nothing to me. Nobody took nothing from me. You know, I'm telling people I'm not asking for walking papers. I'm not asking for permission. I'm telling you I'm walking away. That's what the fuck it is. You've seen the town. All right. So fucking, let me walk away or get your fucking nuts clipped in the back of the fucking store.
We're having that conversation about Joey Molino. Was saying like, back, Mafia back in the day, blood in, blood out. It's like, well, it's 2025, and like he rightfully so doesn't want to spend the rest of his life in prison. You know what I mean? Because that's what they have set up for him. So it's like, no, I'm not. I'm fucking this one. I'm going this way. You know what I'm saying,
bro? Like we chop it up, and it's a vibe. You know what I mean? Like I think first impressions and just like the way you move around and being yourself is like, it's important.
It's attractive.
And I mean, even with y'all, like I didn't pull up 100 deep on y'all. I pulled up dolo. My people didn't come until after, and even then, I'm not deep. I'm not riding around with security. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? This is how I naturally move. Like, when I got the tattoo artist, shout out to Red, even he was surprised. He's like, bro, I thought you were going to come mad deep. Nah, I'm straight. I'm confident in me.
Of course.
And if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But I love the state of Florida because we got this thing called stand your fucking ground. So, it's, it doesn't. I don't know what your intentions are, but you reach for the chain, I can legally kill you here.
That's a good deterrent.
I
too,
love
if you
this
think
law.
about it.
Yeah. Fuck you
makes
mean?
Even
That's a free body, bro. I'm gonna do that and then make a video about it. So I'm talking.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going right on Vlad TV and talking about this shit. I'm making a video about you right after.
Of course.
They ain't even pick you up yet. You're not even cold. I'm already on YouTube. Yeah, guess what happened? Free one. So
beautiful.
Yeah, that's how it is, bro.
Yeah, of course. Has there been any moments where you've been like, damn, I made it, or like not even I made it, but like maybe starstruck too by like certain people that have been in the same room as you or people you've been in contact with? I know 50 Cent.
I mean, getting a shout out from 50 Cent was fucking crazy. Getting shouted out in the song by Drake was fucking crazy. Dirk, Lotto. Yeah, Lotto invited me to her. People were like, oh, you paid to go. No, bro, she invited me. she showed me, like, she damn near rolled out the red carpet. We went backstage, free drinks, got to meet her. We did a TikTok. And
I saw that,
she's so humble, bro. She's like, hey, would you want to do a TikTok? I'm like, would I? You're asking me?
Right?
Yeah, I'll punch him right now for you. Just say the word. You know what I mean? Like, do I want to do a TikTok? Fuck yeah. So she was mad humble. She was mad cool. Jelly Roll, same thing.
Yup.
You know, Bootleg Kev, he told me Jelly Roll. Fuck, Millie's actually put me on FaceTime with Jelly Roll. He puts me on FaceTime. Jelly Roll's like, yo, I'm a fan. I'm like, what? You a fan? I'm a fucking fan. I didn't even know you knew who I was.
Yeah.
And I ended up meeting Jelly Roll, one of the most humble people I ever met.
Yo.
And we sat backstage at the Buck Stadium. Yeah. And we sat there for like an hour and a half, bro. And you just give me advice on life, and just we went back and forth, and you know, so it's like, it's just, there's a lot of times where I just sit and realize, like, holy shit, things are different. Because I don't know if y'all have picked up on it. I'm a very humble person.
Oh, I was just gonna say.
I don't act a certain way. I've never been the person that's like, I'm
What you see
1090
is what you
Jake.
get.
I'm fucking, you know. I don't ever do that type of shit. And it's even to a fault, bro. Because
You know
even
what I say this. It doesn't always look good or sound good, but like sometimes there's only one way to say certain things, and like this is, I'm not gonna polish it up or try to make it sound good for you, bro. Like,
Right.
sometimes it sounds ugly, sometimes it sounds the way it does, but like this is what it is. You know what I mean? What other language you want me to speak?
Right.
You know?
for me, it's like, it's even to a fault, because there's a lot of people that'll come around me for the first time and think that they got to dress a certain way, or we got to go to a certain spot, and it's like,
That's
bro,
pressure on you, if anything.
I've only been doing this for a couple of years.
Yeah.
I'm used to the hood shit.
yeah.
I'm not used. So, bro, we could come kick it at your crib. Like, we can go to Charlestown and hang out, bro.
Absolutely, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna.
Bro.
Yeah,
The
like,
thing is, like, as you level up.
don't think we gotta go hit Newberry or something.
I'm
Like,
trying to
this
figure out
shit.
what I'm gonna do fucking.
Yeah, because I still feel weird walking in certain rooms. You know, the only thing that gives me a boost of confidence is I know I can afford to be here.
Yes.
I know I don't look like I belong here, but that's what I like even more.
Yeah.
You know, let me hand you an Amex. Let me hand you a metal card that doesn't have a fucking limit. That shit feels good. It's a flex, because you got a lot.
right.
You know, the yuppies and this and that. They're gonna look at you a certain way and fucking like, oh, who the fuck is this? I'm the one that's got a car more expensive than yours.
Yeah.
I'm the one whose chain costs more than your car.
Yeah.
So please don't try that rich shit with me, and I'll fuck you up on top
I'm the
of
one
that.
that you can't.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm the one that you can't figure out and never will be able to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
so
I
it-
can't figure myself.
It's
out.
just I love coming from the position I came from and still tapping into people that still come from that environment, but also being able to bump shoulders with people that are way past where I'm at, you know? And the biggest thing for me was going to state prison and being in, we don't have maxes in Florida State Prison. We don't have a low, medium, max. We don't have that shit. We have custody levels. So you can go to a prison and they're going to put you in a custody dorm. So over there might be minimum custody and there's a fence separating it. The highest custody level you can have in Florida State Prison and being in general population is closed custody. It's a HO4. I was closed custody my whole last year in prison.
Yeah.
So I'm in a dorm with killers doing multiple life sentences. So the thing for me is I've been around the killers, I've been around the robbers. Now I'm
How to
trying
read
to
a room, that's for
now I'm trying to be around the millionaires.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to get into
How can
that
you level
lane.
up?
Because why would I want to stay into this lane?
Stick with the winners, baby.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense doing it any other way.
That's it. That's
Oh, look who's calling me.
yeah.
Eddie Payne. We already gave him the fucking time of day he deserved. Yeah, nah, bro. The rooms you're in start to change, right? You talked about denouncing blood. You talked about, you see,
Well, let me
Can I
comment
just
on
say
that.
something? When you say that, like, sometimes, like, I feel like you got to go through something to be able to, words can be powerful, you know what I'm saying? So, like, people say, like, it's like, I look at it like this, like, no, he denounced, like, the fucking shit. He denounced anything that's fucking gonna hurt him and in turn his daughter, that's gonna put in, you know what I mean? So it has nothing to
Yeah.
do, like, it's like, no, he's through and through thorough, like, it's like, bro.
And everybody thinks that it just happened. That happened a year ago. You know? So it's like I started off by taking the pictures down. I stopped coming around certain people because I didn't want to be involved with certain situations. You know, there was a kid, I'm not going to say where he's from, whatever, but we rode around for about an hour and a half,
Yeah.
and he portrayed himself to be a shooter.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm telling him, how you portray yourself, that's the only value people are going to hold you to.
absolutely.
No one's going to want better for you than what
Yeah.
you want for yourself. And however many months pass, shooting happens, kid gets hit in the forehead. A couple other people got popped, and he ends up getting hit with the murder and like 4 or 5 attempted murders.
Be careful what you wish for.
He's got a double life sentence right now, and he's like 21 or some shit. Wow. You know, so had I kept hanging around people like that, though, how's that gonna make me look? It might tie me into some shit I don't want to be tied into.
You feel when it does happen because
so it's like it wasn't a matter of just denouncing everything. It's like, no, I can see the end of the road.
Yeah, man.
And the thing is, for the majority of my life, I lived in the fucking moment, and I never thought of the future until I started doing prison time, because I'm looking at a calendar thinking, okay, I'm in this bitch until then. Well, I got to figure out something to do. And that's how I think now. And for me, I said on the Bootleg Kev podcast, I met people within the organization, within Blood, that were broke and fucked up. What I mean by that is I met people that created what I became a part of. I met people that hold a very high rank in what I belong to. But these are people that did 15, 20, 25 years that still live in the hood to this day. That's the end of the road for me if I continue following your footsteps. You're not leading me into success. So people will say things like, oh, he only claimed Blood for the benefit. What benefit if y'all haven't benefited from anything?
Right.
How am I the only one that fucking found success? Well, it's because I did something different.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because y'all are fucking gangbanging and still living with your mother.
Yeah.
One thing about the projects, bro, no guy owns an apartment in the projects. It's all women. So if you're still living in the fucking projects, you're either living off a girl's rent or off your mother's rent, bro. And if you grew up in them projects and you still live there, that means you live with your mother, your grandmother, your aunt, whoever. Why the fuck do I want to live like you?
That's why.
That's what I denounced.
Yeah.
I denounced the bullshit.
You exposed that, and rightfully so, man. Because that, to me, that's
Yeah, and
the most
a lot
gangster
of- a lot of
shit
people
you
don't
could
like the
do
cold
is
truth.
Expose the fucking truth.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or, you know what I mean?
This is what it really is, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, you want to be a crash dummy all your life, and you want to just sit outside and drink all. I don't want to celebrate failure. I want to actually succeed. My birthday's coming up in August. I'm flying to fucking Paris, bro. And then from there, I'm going to Rome, and I'm going to go all over fucking Italy.
Let's go.
Who the fuck else is doing? I don't want to sit in the projects. Oh, he can't come to the hood. I don't want to go to your hood.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm going over here. I got a passport, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck do I want to go over this? No different than the one that I was in.
Absolutely.
I'm straight.
Yo, let's fucking
Yeah,
go.
I love it, man.
It's huge, bro.
It's fucking inspiring. It's
It really
motivating.
is, bro.
I tell you, Dev knows I get passionate, and I'm sure. I figured me and you, even on the way down, you know, listening to you and stuff, and I just sense it. I feel it. I know it because you speak my language, you know, and that shit can't be. You can't fake the funk with that. You know what I mean? You're not gonna bullshit. Bullshit. You know what I mean?
There's one thing that I was saying when I got on the YouTube, because people were trying to say that the shit that I went through was a facade and a this and a that, and
a fucking facade.
the telltale sign for me is you can't fake trauma.
Absolutely.
So yeah, you can tell me you cut so and so and you stab so and so and whatever, but if I don't see you putting your back against the wall watching everyone that walks in, if dude comes in with a hoodie and his hands in his pockets and you're not fucking staring at what's in his hands, you haven't been through nothing. Because these are telltale signs, bro. I got cut from behind. I don't like people behind me. You know what I mean? Like, you can't fake the trauma that comes with certain things. So for me, that's what I look for. That's what I peep. And when I
What
can
do I tell you,
recognize
too?
that, I
Yeah.
know it's official.
About feeling out. I said to Dev, I'm like, you know, it's good because he keeps me young or whatever, but, you know, he's an old soul. So, like, I'm like, why? Hit him with some shit that I just say off the top of my head. And I'm like, when someone comes in, like anywhere, and they're too comfortable, too quick, that's a red flag. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me time, like, we feel each other out. You know what I mean? That's just how it all works.
Yeah.
You know? And then we go on from there. You know what I mean? It's not about sizing anyone up. It's just like, let's just fucking.
Facts, bro.
ease
You
into
just gotta peep. You can even tell when somebody's trying to be too friendly, whatever. Like, bro, I peep game on everything quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because more often than not, my boy always says it, like, is your motive good or pure? It's like, you know what I mean? If you have a pure motive, bro, and, like, your intentions are good, like, intention's great, but, like,
You get pure results.
actions are more important than intentions.
Right.
You can say all the right shit, right? We could say all the right shit and then pull up and be fucking clowns or scumbags.
Well, then that's the thing is, like, in the position I'm in, I have to weed people out through the internet.
Yeah.
Because you have so many people that'll want to, you know, come on my podcast and whatever. And right after they get that shout out, oh, fuck Jake.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're just trying to use you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like you really got to be selective
Yeah,
with certain
yeah.
shit.
You're stuck
That's
with us
like-
now, bro. You come to boy. That's it.
Yeah. Now we locked in. That's why it's like,
Definitely.
nah, bro. But you always say it's like, nah, stay over there though. It's like if you're standing on business, whatever the business is, over there and here, like I'm gonna do what I gotta do. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like straight up, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been dope, man. It's been a dope experience. I don't know what we're at for time. Joey, what do you got? What do you got for questions, bro?
What do I got? I got to pee. Is what I got to do.
I'm fucking hungry.
Yeah, we're at 1:09 right now.
yeah,
we
we're
did
at
our
an
thing
hour
with this.
Yeah. So
No, we appreciate the opportunity.
yeah, bro.
Like I
it's
said,
been dope.
Definitely.
I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, 0% Clothing Company. All the proceeds go towards people struggling with addiction. I would also like to give a shout out to Bobby Lucas, Matt Tottenham, Mort Beasy, a lot of people from Mass that have been on our show, supported our stuff, and most
that lace up, man, just like Jake did today. You know,
Yeah,
that have been through adversity and that ain't scared, and that like a built like that. The best part is that they see it themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we can have a community of people that recognize
I
it.
gotta
you know?
say something too, right? Scotty Landry, man. Scotty Landry's a good dude. None of this would have been possible if it wasn't for him. I feel like it's funny, like he came into our life at the same time that you were like putting something up about an interview, and then boom, he was supposed to be down here with us, but real good dude, solid dude in recovery, and yeah, man. So,
We got to get Jake up to Boston, man.
yeah.
Nah,
when
for
you
sure.
coming back? Do you
I don't
wanna
know.
come
We
back?
could we could set something up, and
Yeah.
I mean at the same time,
Yeah.
we can you know, if you got a spot, I can come and speak. I'm all with all that shit. So
definitely.
yeah, I was talking to Eddie about that. You know what I mean? Like I'd love to do that. You know,
Yeah, nah, definitely.
and none of that is. I don't need to be.
We'll have Eddie introduce him, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like I don't want to be paid for things like that. That's things that I would like to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Give back in that sense, especially to a community that embraced me when I needed it. You know what I mean? Because during that time in 2015, people were there for me.
Absolutely.
You know, so I'd love to be able to reciprocate
Yeah,
that.
that's what's up, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Respect,
Yo,
my
it's
friend.
been dope,
Definitely.
man. Respect, bro. Hell yeah.
All right, lace up.
Lace up. We locked in.
You got it.